Hey guys, so over this past couple days during the Black Friday holiday, I was looking through eBay and I found this. This is the Wieldy Stage 3. This is pretty much the third version. Some of you might be familiar with the first generation, the second one, and then this one here, right here, is the third generation of the Wieldy DSLR stabilizers. I was really excited, and for some reason during the holidays, Black Friday holiday, I found these guys for $260, which was an awesome deal, since they go for about $400. I really wanted to get the best, but I didn't have the money to spend it on the best right now, so I'm just gonna hold on and get the best at a later time. But pretty much this is what I got. It's a it comes in a nice little Wieldy bag with a front pocket. In the front pocket here, it has a little Allen wrench. They send you actually a pretty cool deck of cards, some manual. Most of these things are actually in Chinese, so I really don't understand any of it, but it's cool. There's some pictures in here, so you kind of get the idea of all the products they sell, which is pretty neat. I've been looking to get a stabilizer for a while now, but I really didn't have this money to spend it on a GlideCam HD 4000 because this guy's pretty much a knockoff version of the GlideCam, but in my opinion, I think it's a little bit better and you get more for the money. This guy, like I said, I got it for $260. Right now on eBay, you could probably get it for around $340, $380, which is still a pretty good deal. Keeping in mind that the GlideCam 4000 will cost you about $600. So now, pretty much in the bag, inside, this is all you get, which is just going to be the stabilizer. Now, this one here in particular, it's a little bit different than the older versions. The actual pole in the center is identical, it's carbon fiber. But what they change is actually the base plate, which is this guy. Some of you might be familiar with the GlideCam, that are a little bit longer. This one is smaller, supposed to be lighter. And the other thing they change is actually the base plate, where you mount your camera, which is this right here. It's a lot smaller compared to the older version. You also have a release button here. Like that, you could remove the sliding plate. With the older version, sometimes if you were not paying attention and you had this guy loose here and you tilted, your whole base plate and camera will actually come off the head unit. So this is actually a pretty nice feature here. So to remove it, press it in, and then it comes right off. Very similar to all the other GlideCams. Here you have your sorry, let's push the button here. Very similar to all the other Steadicam systems. One knob here, which allows you to go back and forth. If you see that, back and forth. And then on the other side, you have one that allows you to go left and right. So this one allows you to go left and right. This one here locks into position. This one here allows you to lock the base plate. See right now it's moving. It allows you to lock it in position after you mount your camera. So you tighten it up and then it locks it in. Now you have also 3 adjustable settings here. You have one here actually that controls the gimbal, which will allow you to adjust the gimbal in different heights. So you can push it up or lower it down a bit more. All depends on what you're looking to do with the GlideCam itself. And pretty much it comes down to all the weight you're gonna be putting on it. On the bottom, you have another guy here And then this guy you can loosen up, and then you can lower this guy down. This feature here, very similar to the one on the glide cam. The only difference is this guy in particular, and actually all the previous Wieldy's, once it hits the limit, it stops. It's not gonna come off the actual glide cam. Where with the glide cam, if you're not careful, you don't have it tight enough here, this actual footer plate here will actually come flying off your stabilizer, and then that causes the whole stabilizer to pretty much turn around, and crazy things can happen. You can get really, really hurt. So this is actually a nice feature. The only bad thing about it is, if you're gonna be traveling, this is pretty big to pack in the luggage, so that's kind of the only bad thing. You can actually remove the screws here and make it work, but we really don't want to go through that trouble. So one of the only bad things, but so far it's a great stabilizer. It's very light, and like I said, for the money, you really can't beat it. So no complaints there. And what I did is, I have currently a Canon T4i, which is the one that I'm using to record this video right now. I'll be switching in a few minutes, and I'll probably be using my iPhone since I don't have another camera to keep recording. But the Canon T4i is what I currently use. You pretty much will try to balance the weight out in the axis. So I usually mount the camera, try to have it center on the actual pole where the camera meets the lens, in this center plate right here. I only use one weight on each end right here. That's sufficient. You want to use as little weight as possible because these guys, your arms really get tired after a few minutes of using it. So one weight is good enough. If you do need extra weight, what you can do is just extend this pawl, and then that will add you additional weight to the base plate. And I'm going to show you guys how to balance it and how it looks with the camera. Alright guys, so pretty much you mount the base plate to the bottom of your camera. Then you slide it in here. And just try to put it like center, somewhere in the middle there. Then you're going to tighten this knob here on the left side only a bit. You don't want this plate to move loose by itself. So as you can see, I mounted the camera. Let me turn this around like that, you guys can see it better. And this guy, the top is tilting backward, so that means there's too much weight on the top. So what we can do to adjust this is you can do a couple things. You can adjust the base plate and the camera forward or backwards, or you can adjust the actual length of the plate coming down. And this is probably what you want to do first. So we're going to adjust this guy. So we're going to loosen this guy up. Like this. I'm going to pull it up like so. Tighten it. Let's see where it's at. Alright, so that's too much. So we're going to loosen it up again. Bring this guy down. Give it a little tightness, and let's see. Alright, so let's do this a little bit. You know what? Let's move the top plate. So we're going to move this knob here. Make the camera go forward. And as you can see, it looks a little bit more straight. I think a little bit more. And I think think a little bit more. That looks to me about right. You want to make sure the axis is straightened out. The actual Steadicam in the camera, straight down, it's not tilting forward, backwards, it's not tilted to the left or the right. This right here looks pretty straight. I think it's tilting a little bit to the right, so I'm going to push the camera to the left a little bit. And that looks perfect there. So I'm going to tighten the base plate. Like that we don't lose all the work we did. Tighten that guy up. Make sure that guy's tight. It looks pretty good. So then after you pull this guy, your Wieldy glide cam should be stabilized. So I almost forgot. One nice thing about this base plate here is if you get these rods, you can get them longer. You can actually remove these weights and actually mount your LCD screen and then the battery pack on the other end. I have seen those on some videos on YouTube. They're usually more expensive glide cams, but just looking at the setup and how it's constructed, I think this will perfectly work that way. So you can get longer extended rods, mount your LCD screen and the battery pack in the back, and this should perfectly work for you guys. So one thing I almost forgot to mention, guys, this part here in particular is probably going to be the most important one. It's going to be the drop test. Pretty much you will set your camera up, pretty much laying flat like this, and then you are going to count from 1 to 3. 2.5 would be probably good as well. Where pretty much the base plate, it's going to come down straight. So you want to count from here to here, and you're looking for 3 to 2.5 seconds. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. So that right now looks like it's a little bit too fast. So what we're gonna do in this scenario right here, if it's coming down too fast, it means that the bottom is too heavy and the top is too light. So to adjust that, we're gonna shorten the distance of this plate right here. So we're gonna loosen this guy up, bring the glide cam down, up there. This is how much space I left right there. So let's give this a test now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. I think that right there looks pretty good. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I think I'll be pretty happy with that. That looks pretty damn good. Once again, you're looking for 3 seconds, or 2.5. 1, 2, 3. That looks pretty good. And like I said, guys, again, this is going to be the most important part of getting your camera balanced properly. If you guys have any questions, again, just hit me up in the comments, and you guys have a good one.